Imagine an exam so difficult that they use drones to stop cheating, and it is kept top secret and is more secure than your savings in the bank. Because this is the hardest exam in the world. This is the exam that decides your fate. You see, of the thousands of villages and towns in China, Maotanchang is undoubtedly the least entertaining. Its busiest places are probably some restaurants, grocery stores, and hospitals, if there are any. Don't get me wrong, it's not a forgotten land. In fact, its population is around 18,000 and is quite a popular destination. Each year, thousands flock to this town. In fact, back in 2013, 50,000 people moved in the city before departing as soon as the exam was over. Although it's no industrial powerhouse, there's a factory, some would argue, though not the kind you would expect. Its private high school is known across China as a so-called study factory. This study factory has gained fame, bringing significant economic growth. By 2013, it had raised the town's annual income to more than 2 million, 4 times that of its neighboring town. The school prepares students for an undergraduate admission exam, that is an exam held in high regard, called gaokao, with gao literally meaning high, referring to higher education, and kao meaning exam. Last year, these external X-ray approaching mental situations or exams were taken by more than 10 million people, while this year the applicants are more than 13 million. While this figure is smaller than the population of some cities, the gaokao remains the most widely taken and challenging exam in the world. All students must take exams on Chinese and mathematics. For the foreign language section, they can choose from English, French, Japanese, Russian, German, or Spanish, with most opting for English. Students must also choose between arts track or the science track. Students who choose arts are tested in history, political science, and geography, while those who choose science are tested in physics, chemistry, and biology. In 2013, total applicants were 12.9 million, with roughly 80% getting accepted. That's a pretty high acceptance rate compared to other exams. However, it also means that about 2 million students didn't make the cut. In no way does it mean that the exams are easy. If you think so, try answering this essay prompt of the exam in 2013. Some men see things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not. Write an essay on how you think of the world. The essay should be within 800 words. Too easy, am I right? Okay, I'll tell you another essay prompt which baffled the entire country. It flies upward and a voice asks if it's tired. It says, no. Try answering these questions as well in math and physics. Now, the maximum possible score of the gaokao varies from year to year and from province to province, although it's usually 750, which is now impossible to achieve. Although there is no passing mark and is a competitive exam, every university or educational institute in China has a minimum score requirement to be admitted, which is a driving factor. So what happens if students fail to meet these score cutoffs? They get rejected and will be placed in lower ranking schools if any are available. And unlike some exams, you have to wait a whole year to retake the exam. Students who retake the exam are called fodu. Fodu, a quite common phenomenon and term in China, refers to those who choose to retake the exam, for they cannot be admitted into any satisfactory schools or universities. However, for some, retaking the exam is not an option, and I'll tell you the reason in a while. In certain provinces, for better or worse, there have been policies on removing these types of students. stating the reason being to give all test takers an equal chance to excel. This has sparked a debate, with some arguing it is fair, while the other is arguing it is unfair. For those wondering about scores, anything between 330 and 375 is considered average, while a score of 700 is seen as exceptional and legendary. Generally, to get into mid-tier, top-tier universities, you need at least 500 points. To get access to your dream institute or any prestigious universities, these are the minimum marks needed. Keep in mind these numbers represent the minimum scores of students who were admitted, not the absolute lowest you can score and still get in. With limited spots available, only a few thousands of millions can attend these universities. The problem is that skipping the gaokao is never an easy option. In China, where competition in education is especially fierce, gaokao scores have profound effect not only on their future careers, but also family honor and chances of social mobility. A popular expression summarizes it as a one test defining the rest of your life. These pressures and worries and make or break exams spawns a lucrative industry, of which one is the school in Maotanchang. What makes it so appealing is their results, with 80% of its students achieving the grades needed to enter college or university. By comparison, the undergraduate enrollment rate was less than 35% for the Anhui province as a whole. It appears that whatever it's doing is working. Students follow a grueling schedule, with lectures running from 6:20 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. and only 2 breaks of 30 to 50 minutes, each for meals or relaxation. So students study for 14 to 16 hours a day. It doesn't get its nicknames Study Factory, China's largest gaokao factory, and gaokao Holy Land for nothing. For the students with bad attitudes, they are disciplined, a fancy word for beating. It's a good thing to be strict, but how can students be good if they don't care? Students, parents, and everyone else has reached a consensus on this point. They have specially built watchtower, which can only be seen in outposts and prisons. Every day, 2 security guards observe the campus so that they are aware of any abnormal situations on campus at any time. According to Yang, a student, teachers are under even more pressure than the students. There's competition among classes, so teachers must enforce strict rules or risk losing their jobs. If they improve their results, they might get a promotion. In 2014, for instance, for each student who gets into first-year university, the 6-member teachers team, a head teacher and 5 subject teachers, share a $500 reward. Everything is streamlined and optimized to ensure no second is wasted, and every second is used to study. As Zhao Meng said, "I won't die from studying anyway, so I'll study until I die." That's the mentality. A banner flying at the school ground reads, "Past these doors, everything is for the gaokao." And that's definitely the case. Fees range from a few $100s to $8,000, with a structure where students with lower scores pay the highest fees, ensuring both high success rate and revenue for the school. The students who take the exam are not rich kids from rich cities, nor are their families, but are trying to give their child a chance for a better future. In fact, most of the people who take the exam are poor or middle-class people from rural areas. They come to Maotanchang, where the prices of food, shelter, and fees are too expensive, sometimes rivaling that of big cities. The parents save up their money for years and spend their life earnings to cover the high costs of living in the gaokao. After what feels like a metaphorical eternity of memorization after memorization, it comes to a stop in June, when the exams begin. Typically, the exams last 2 to 4 days, totaling 9 to 10 hours. The teachers who create the exam questions are carefully chosen and sent to remote locations, where they can only leave after the exam is over. Most test papers are printed in prisons, under the authority of both the Ministry of Education and the National Administration of State Secrets Protection. These test papers are transported across the country with high security, often more intense than what banks have for cash. The armored vehicles carrying the papers are tracked by GPS and other advanced methods to prevent leaks. And the people who leak the exam are punished heavily, said by the ministry that it supposedly grants students a fair and unbiased opportunity to succeed. As the exams approach, the whole country comes to a standstill. Construction sites receive stop work orders, and entertainment venues are instructed to remain quiet to create the best environment for examinees. Noisy vehicles like trucks and tractors are banned from areas near exam centers during oral tests, and drivers who honk excessively face fines. With so much to gain or lose, cheating or cooperation becomes inevitable, and it has become a big problem. Students have used quite creatively ingenious methods. They have used spy cameras, radio devices, and earpieces that transmit questions and receive answers, and have been found in jewelry, spectacles or glasses, wallets, pens, rulers, and underwear. Chinese police confiscated a pen with a hidden camera, a rigged coin that triggers a scanner hidden inside glasses, and a tank top with a microphone and earpiece. These are just the ones that got caught. Imagine the ones that got away. To combat this, drones and AI-powered security cameras have been deployed. Recently, fingerprint and iris matching has been used to verify the identity of students. Before this development, professional exam takers were charging parents up to $1,000,000 to pose as students. If a student is caught, they face up to 7 years in prison, and the collaborators also face heavy punishment, be it fines or jail or both. Despite this, many still do. As the final second ticks away and the last letter is written, they feel a wave of relief that the battle is over. Yet anxiety lingers. Did they win, or was it all in vain? As they wait for the result, alas, the uncertainty of their future certainly hangs heavy. For those students who get low grades and can retake the exam, they have to decide to either give up or wait a year and try to take the gaokao again. Some can't do that. So some students accept their fate and join a lower ranking university, if possible. If not, they give up and become migrant construction workers or any low-paying job. Retaking the exam means spending the same, if not more than before, along with enduring the same intense pressure all over again. As a result, many choose to give up, unable to bear the financial or emotional toll.